Hello, Discover and Recover Yoga. It is January 10th, 2024, Wednesday. So glad to connect with you guys. You know, my mantra there, stronger connections build stronger communities, even though we're in this virtual setting. We can come together as like-minded individuals on this path of discovery, where then we look through the facet, this program, this process of moving and breathing and doing some mindfulness and some meditation to recover. So if you're new to this, I'd like to introduce myself, Neil McGuffog, founder of the Core. There it is. You're also a person in long-term recovery. And so I'm very familiar with the process of moving from addictive behaviors, addictive substances into a mindset and heart set that is one of passion, one of love, one of service. For me, it was back in the 12 steps back using the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and something I still engage with on a fairly regular basis, actually pretty regular basis, with talking to my sponsor this afternoon about an issue. Um, the yes, that recovery community, whether you're in Overeaters Anonymous, whether it's something to do with drugs, Cocaine Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, whatever. These, in my humble opinion, the recovery community itself is a profoundly powerful group to truly connect with, and that connection is key. That means you're going to the meetings, you're reaching out, you're doing some sponsor work, you're calling your sponsor. There's attributes and components to this thing that will be absolutely life-changing. What else? So second Wednesday of the new year, whether you're watching this live or into the recorded version, would love to know feedback. So if you could either pop something into the chat or send me an email. It's Neil, Neil, the @ symbol, at for Indy. So ATTHEINDY at the Core Indy. Oh, did I put the COR in there? At thecoreindy.com. So to begin this particular session, we're going to begin seated. So I'm going to move myself away from the camera to a cushion. Actually, let me just go at this real quickly again. Some props. Yoga block. It's got the lowest height setting, the medium height setting, and the highest height setting. This is a great tool to use for your program, for your practice. For me, a meditation cushion also helps. A blanket of some sort. You can use a blanket, yoga blanket, any kind of blanket to help with support. What else? This is my favorite. This is the ball tree. It's like a big ass pillow. This is truly a wonderful tool, a wonderful support on the top to use. So, finding your position seated, perhaps it's butterfly pose. You can certainly come to cross-legged like so, legs out front, and so give yourself the opportunity to get comfortable. Checking in with, you'll see if you're a regular here, I tend to get Discover and Recover Yoga. All the classes I instruct, I begin with getting in touch with the physical body. So whatever time of day this is, you might be watching this. This is your opportunity to just become more aware of how you are in this physical state. How about the emotional state, the mental body? This container, this body, a little note of gratitude for what it does for us each moment of every day. We're moving through this thing called life with this container. We want to take care of this container. So as I got rid of the alcohol, the container started to improve. The headaches are gone, the hangovers, excess calories that I'm suggesting. Yes, sleep patterns start improved. So lots of benefits from coming out of our substance, our components that we find that are controlling us, we find our addiction in. So as you check in with the physical body, noticing any areas that are stiff, tight, tension that might be in the shoulders, a lot of tension between the shoulder between the shoulder and shoulder blades, maybe something into the hips. Just an awareness about how that is. And the reason all of this helps me sit up a little higher, if my hips rise a little higher, my knees go a little lower as I find this cushion to sit on. Blanket, it's also some people sit on a block. And then we become more aware of the breath, checking in with how the breath is flowing. The invitation is to start to get deeper and fuller and richer on the inhales. And nice steady releasing on exhales. So suggestion is take the exhale through the mouth. So a couple more of those, full, rich, and deep on the inhale. The exhale, those who are familiar, I'm a big fan of the exhale. It could be that release valve. Letting go of that which no longer serves your higher good, your higher version of yourself, the best version of yourself. All right, the suggestion is sweep the arms wide and high in the next in breath. Palms meet above the crown head. Eventually, we return to the heart space. Palms right at the center of the chest. And this is, guess what? Nice connection to the heart space, where all the good stuff emanates. Kindness and compassion, empathy and tolerance, patience and forgiveness, but ultimately, friends, love emanating and pouring forth from the heart center. Yeah, I'm in cross-legged. I'm simply wrapping my fingertips around the knees, and I find a seated version of cat-cow. Inhale, I'm drawing the heart forward. Gaze lifts. Exhale, I'm tucking the chin and rounding the back. So that's the motion. Inhaling for cow. Exhale for cat. Keep going on your own. My hope is, my desire is that you don't even need to see the screen, that the verbal cues that I'm offering are clear enough and concise enough that you could do this practice with your eyes closed. As you roll the pelvic bowl forward, that's the inhale. The heart lifts. As you exhale, I'm going to roll the pelvic bowl backwards. A few more of these. Keep the shoulders soft. You want to draw the shoulders up and stay soft. All right, as you come back to neutral, lean hands wrapped maybe around the shins or into that around the knees. I find the most comfortable as we just circle. Yeah. All you're doing is just letting those torso circle above the hips. So hello, low back, hello, hips. Continue that rotation the other direction. Okay, any residual tension, any tightness, see if we can lift, let that go. All right, guess what? We're back to neutral. Two thumbs against once again wide and high, palms meet above the crown of the head, but eventually back to the heart center. If there's a purpose, an intention to set, an idea, a concept, a notion, a thought, maybe it's a prayer. Prayer, sending some love, some light up to somebody in your midst, however that might be in this moment. Perhaps it's for self, the struggles that we may be experiencing. Prayer for self, and it sounds kind of weird, but it shouldn't. Self-care begins in so many different fashions. Self-care represents so many different facets. Okay, please, fingertips placed to the front of the shoulders, thumbs to the back of the shoulders, and we're just going to tick-tock. Not that tick-tock, this version. As you come over in line with what we'll note as the frontal plane, there's a tendency a little bit to lean forward. So I'm going to see if I can come up over the top of the hips as I'm making this movement from side to side. So we've undulated the spine with the with cat-cow. We had a little movement with that rotation, and now we're moving the spine laterally from side to side. Check in with how the breath is flowing. In the practice of yoga, we often refer to a nostril-only breathing. If you'd like to try that, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Otherwise, breathe however it feels comfortable. All right, as you return to neutral, Hands floating around, they feel comfortable. Nice. Okay, let's do this. Let's add on a little deeper twist. Sweep the arms once again wide and high. We'll touch on position. As you exhale, let's take this left hand front and the right hand back. Left hand front, right hand back. In and back to center. Now let's twist it the other way. Back to center. One more time. Back to center. Other side. Back to center and then release. Lovely. All right, here we go, dear our friends. However you want to find your way to hands and knees. So for me, I'm taking my meditation cushion away. Wow. Placing my wrists underneath my shoulders. My knees stacked right below my hips. And then from this position, I'm extending this right leg to the back of the mat. See if I can keep that right foot flexed. Nice. Energizing through that right heel, left arm forward. Nice. So we'll call this spinal balance, spinal extension. Now there's an invitation to bend the right knee, right heel towards right glute, and maybe that left hand can find the top of that right foot. You can stretch that quadricep quite a bit. Well, if you can't find the bind, no worries. You could just simply keep the left knee down and just draw right heel towards right glute. That's an option. Otherwise, the right thumb is there. Right wrist stays right underneath the right shoulder. We'll hold for 3. Let your breath to pose for 2. Now let's return to that spinal balance, spinal extension. I got my core slightly engaged. Now you're back to table. Okay. Here's that little reset. Same thing on the side. Left leg extends back, right on the floor. So I'm building this connection. Yes, right, the left foot is flexed. I'm going to bend that left knee. I'm going to see if I can find that bond. See if I can find it in that right foot with the left hand. With the right hand. Nice. Beautiful. Hello, quad. Let's breathe into this for 3. If you don't have the bind, no worries. Breathing into that for 2. Now let's release. Back to hands and knees. Big toes to touch. Draw the knees out wide. Child's pose. Classic restorative posture. You can activate it a bit more, spread the fingers a little wider, maybe reach a little further to the front edge of the mat. Now the suggestion here is bring the palms together. The thumbs are facing the ceiling. I'm going to bend the elbows, the thumbs come to the back of the neck. You're going to feel a stretch to the triceps. Opportunity to take in a nice, full and rich and deep diaphragmatic breath here. And then as you exhale, let's let the palms come back to the mat. Draw those wrists, shoulders back over the wrists, knees back underneath the hips. All right, a little add-on here is tuck the toes under. I'm drawing my hips back towards my heels. This is giving me a nice stretch, pretty powerful stretch to the soles and the balls of the feet. We feel that. Some students walk the hands closer to the knees. I've got some students that come up into this position. This is a really this is a powerful stretch to those balls of the feet. Nice. So you can remain here, bring your hands closer to the knees, draw it out forward, however that works. Then we'll go for 4. That's nice. Breathing steady into that for 3. Almost there for 2. Now, let's go ahead and bring the wrists back onto the mat, untuck the toes. Space out some. I'd like you to tap the tops of the feet into the mat. Right, just a little gentle. It's gentle and feel some energy movement out the feet. All right, the feet go still. Let's retuck the toes, lift the hips, first downward dog. Yes. Taking advantage of this first downward dog, please. Bend one knee and then the other. Let that tail wag. Don't forget about the head. Moving it like it's on swivel. Chest is pressing towards the thighs or gazing towards the belly button. Oh yeah, lots of energy at the top of the mat, and lots of energy at the back of the mat. Some students say, do my heels need to find the mat? Not necessary. My little power pose is coming up. I'm inhaling to the tiptoes. As I exhale, I'm going to stretch the balls of the feet again as I lower into floating tabletop. Shins are hovering an inch or two above the mat. My wrists are stacked below my shoulders. We'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now 1 hips high, goes low, downward dog. All right, I like to do a little shimmy to reset. A little wardrobe check here. All right, let's go once again. Inhale, tiptoes. So let's refloat, re-hover the shins. You guys will hold for 3. Just breathing into that for 2. Now 1 hips high, heels low, downward dog. Okay, we'll add on to this third and final version of this power posture. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, let's hover. And I'm tapping right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. And I'm pressing to try to minimize the side to side swing. Keeping that floating tabletop as best you can for 4, 3. And those wrists right underneath the shoulder. Here's 2. Nice. All right, last one. Let's relift the hips. Reload the heels and let that little momentum walk you backwards to the back of the mat. Oh, yes. Each one's mat across the shins, half lift. So there it is. And my core is engaged. My crown hinge reaches to the front of the mat. I'll fold it back in. Now, a slight bend to the knees if there's issues with the low back. Once again, palms to shins, long hinge forward. Exhale, we'll fold it back in. Arms out like wings, reverse swan dives, taking us to standing. Palms meet above the crown of the head, exhale, back to the heart center. So, mountain pose. As you release the hands down to the sides, mountain pose. Seeing this large expanse of real estate. It's an opportunity to kind of let everything kind of, a little alignment, a little spaces, mitigating that floor tensions. Remember, really draw the front of the throat to the back of the neck. You feel like the chest is pumping out a bit. Nice. All is well. Maybe activate the hands just a bit. Give the fingers a little wiggle, the toes a little wiggle. Yeah, we'll sweep the arms wide and maybe a little baby back bend. Nice. And as you exhale, we'll swan dive, flat back, forward, fold. These fingers are at palm to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. All right, friends, here we go. We're going to walk the hands forward to downward dog. All right. Where we were a moment ago. Hands at shoulder distance, feet about hip distance. All right, here we go, friend. Right leg will lift on an inhale. On the exhale, it's that right foot smooth step to the top of the mat. As best you can. Smooth step to the top of the mat. We're in a low lunge. Okay, friends, right now, this is where 1 or 2 blocks can be really handy. I'm going to suggest that for me, I'm going to take my left hand to the top of that block, and I'm going to take the right arm high. Revolve crescent. Nice. It's almost like I'm stacking shoulders. Beautiful. We'll hold for 3. You do that. So don't feet down, the left foot flat in the butt. Feel a little better. That's a wonderful variation. Almost there for 2. And I'm going to do this. We're going to frame that right foot again. Left foot's going to anchor down. We're going to rise up in warrior 1. Right foot is forward, left foot is back, warrior 1. Oh my goodness. So, doing that revolve crescent there just for granted. Front row, my left hand, throw my right hip out, arms to ears. Nice. Let's get a little deeper into that. Can I find some things to raise that right left foot? Inhale, and I reach a little higher. On the exhale, I'm going to float down to frame that right foot. Guess what? Downward facing dog. I know where my block is going this time. Yeah, other side. All right, once you're reorganized in the downward dog, left leg lifts. Doesn't matter how high or low. Exhale, left foot, smooth step, top of the mat. One lunge. Can you lower that right knee if it feels better? I'm taking my right hand, block, raise. The block is to the instep of that left foot, and left arm lifts. Revolve crescent on this side. Stacking shoulders. Nice. We'll hold here for 3. The breath. We're breathing except for 2. Now 1. Left hand comes down. Release like levers. Right arm couples. Oh no, it doesn't couple. We warrior 1 in this. Left foot forward, right foot back. Foot forward, right foot back. Ahead of myself in warrior 2. In warrior 2. Oh. Attempt to draw right hip forward, left hip. Mhm. We'll hold here for 3. Breathing steady into that for 2. On 1, let's release, frame that left foot. You best that left foot comes back, downward facing dog. Let's do this. Let's lower to the knees. Big toes to touch. Let's revisit child's pose. Well, there was a theme that popped up the other day about this concept. I know you've heard about it. We look outside ourselves regularly, often for validation, for contentment, for peace of mind, externally, through our external elements that are outside of ourselves. What does it look like to go within, to see what it's like to find that level of happiness and contentment, peace of mind within? I know that phrase pops up that you'll know it. It's ubiquitous. It's when we think about happiness, contentment, joy, it's an inside job. It's indeed an inside job. All right, let's bring ourselves back up to table. We tuck the toes, we lift hips downward facing down. Okay, that's the left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot comes to the top of the mat, smooth line, yeah, beautiful. Nice. I'm gonna cartwheel this left right arm forward and back. So we got left foot forward, right foot back, warrior 2. Left foot forward, right foot back, warrior 2. Hopefully your torso is kind of along that, facing the right edge of the mat. Right instep is kind of bisected by that mat heel. Inhale, let's flip the left hand high, right hand goes low. So we'll wrap it around the low back. You might feel those obliques totally fired up on the right. Nice long line of energy on this left side as we hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now back out to the warrior 2, please. Inhale, going long through the fingers as I exhale, left foot to left thigh. This right arm is going to bisect them. So feel a long line of energy from that right middle finger to the outer edge of that right foot. Oh yeah. Spinning upper right ribs, maybe you should see. I've got some students who take this left hand to the instep of that left foot and find that block for this variation of side angle. So we'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now come back up to the warrior, please. Back up to warrior 2. It'll stay really rooted as you exhale. Sweep this right foot up. To meet the left foot, mounted pose, top of the mat. Breathe. Really getting that forward hip tilt. That sound like a broken record. I want you to be mindful of that. Really find that proper alignment from the top of the mat. Sweep arms wide out, maybe a little baby back bend. And as we exhale, let's swan dive. Up, forward. These fingers around the palms, the shins half lift. Exhale, please. Let's fold it back in. All right. Let's simply scroll to the back of that downward dog. Downward dog. Nice. Inhale, that right leg will lift. As you exhale, smooth step to the top. Right foot is from the nice. Left foot anchors, left arm cartwheels up and around. Warrior 2 on the side. I'll just switch sides so you can see me. So right foot is forward, left foot is back. Warrior 2. Okay. Beautiful. Maybe sinking a little deeper, keeping that nice stacking of that right knee on top of that right ankle. You know, let's float. Right hand high, left hand low. Maybe the left hand wraps around the low back. Beautiful. Nice. We'll hold here for 3. Not the breath, but the pose. Breathing into that for 2. Bring it back out. Warrior 2. Inhale, long through the fingertips. Exhale. Here we go. Right forearm to right thigh. Left arm up and upward. Spinning upper left ribs towards the ceiling. Nice. Here we go. Wardrobe check for 3. Let's breathe into that for 2. Down to the back. Warrior 2, please. Now stay really rooted for the waist down. As you exhale, left foot sweeps up. Sweep the right foot, mounted pose, top of the mat. Nice. Come facing the camera. Now we'll get into our balance posture. So we do warrior 1, we do warrior 2. Yeah. Just connect. Finding tree pose, which a little seed planted here, tree pose will lead to warrior 3. Weight's gonna shift to that left foot. I'm on my ball of my right foot. Mhm. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that kickstand version for tree is a wonderful variation, or I'm gonna slide that right up for the left ankle, left calf, and inside the left thigh. Anywhere but the inside of that right thigh, inside of that left, inside of the left knee. And I'm gonna be mindful to not to dump into that left hip. So typically gonna stay engaged with that left hip. Arms can do something, they can go high. A pretty strong connection of that right foot to my left, inside of my left thigh. Mindful of that pot, of that connection in the left. Stronger connections build stronger communities. Come out of this, you just get to begin again. We'll hold for 3. Let's breathe against that for 2. Now the hands draw to the heart center, and let's take this right leg back. You could do it brushing on the mat, but maybe it stays lifted for a variation of Warrior 3. The more true versions, the arms come forward 5-6 millimeters. I like the hands on the heart center because it gives me a little opportunity to stay a little more grounded as we hold for 3. That's almost there for 2. Now, eventually, right foot lowers to make the left to mountain. Okay. We'll reset, retuck. Right foot is base, left leg. Same principle to the other side. Left ankle, left foot to right ankle, right calf, or the inside of the right thigh. Anywhere but the inside of that right knee. Not dumping into that right hip. Arms lift. Pretty strong connection of that my left foot to the inside of my right thigh. Like to mention this on the other side, if you like to check in with the central nervous system, you close the eyes, then we'll return the gaze to the center. Now check in with your balance for sure as we go for 4. It's pretty steady step for 3. Almost there for 2. Hands drawn down space. Let's see if we can find a strong connection there as this left leg starts its journey back. You'll keep it on the floor for a nice modification. I forgot to mention this other side. You could draw the arms back for finding airplane pose. On the arms forward to find more traditional version of Warrior 3 or heart center. You hold for 3. Oops, I'm coming out of it. Almost there for 2. As eventually that lifted leg lowers. Mountain. All as well. Breath in and breath out. Peace of mind, harmony, tranquility. Can I have that be an inside job? Okay. Because of full disclosure, I'm pointing to my right hip. 4 years old, pointing to my left hip. 1 year and 6 days old. So this next posture is a little bit of a challenge for me. So there's a couple of variations, modifications I would suggest. The blanket for me works really well to lift my heels. If you don't have a blanket in your vicinity, you can roll up the mat and place your heels on the mat. Now I'm just saying this in case coming into what we call yogi squat, and it's a bit short. So my feet are a little wider, my main hip distance. Distance, line machine. Cement, hand guards, my elbows are used to kind of coax those knees out wide. We can find, squat's so good for digestion, for elimination. It can be a bit of a challenge. That's why I have my heels lifted. If you are a practitioner, can have the heels grounded. Ideally, all 4 corners of the feet are grounded. Let's take the right fingertips, grab it to the floor, and the left arm lifts. Able to maybe expand just a bit more, but please, we'll come back to heart space where all the good stuff emanates. My elbows are coaxing us out. Now the left fingertips outside the left toes, right arm lifts. Okay. So we'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. I will come back. Now let's get out of squat. Take the fingertips to the earth and just get that little mini wide-legged forward fold. A little mini wide-legged forward fold. All right, let's revisit squats. And you get the heart space. You guys are amazing. Please interlace the fingers, let's press interlace palms up towards the ceiling. Heart will lift a bit. 36 sinks low, shoulders are soft, soft throat, soft jaw. We'll hold for 3. Nice breathing steady into that for 2. That one. Fingertips back to the earth, hips back to the sky. Beautiful. I'm coming off this blanket, off this prop, heels on my feet back into normal. Roll up the spine. All is well. We get to reconnect, reestablish, realign, readjust. Those who are familiar with the DNR practice with my groups that I instruct, I'm a big fan of that prefix, RE. Nice. Okay, we're back to the top of the map. I am, you guys are there already. So we have to heal our feet from where they were in the yoga spot. Now we're coming up onto the tips. I'm gonna begin like I'm in an elevator. I'm gonna start to slowly begin this descent. Bending the knees, staying on the balls of the feet. There may be some knee popping. Oh yeah. So I'm able to find this balance on the balls of the feet. The block is there for support if you like, or 7 hands up. And eventually, I'm going to use the hands to roll through the soles of the balls of the feet and let the legs come out front. Yeah. That's our transition to seated. Try to make that a little smoother. That's okay. So make sure it's like this is. Yeah. There we go. So just just fold that up. Yeah. There it is. On the lip, let's seated bone fold. And I see the floor fold. Fly bend the knees. All right, let's walk the hands up the outstretched legs. I'm going to draw that right heel in towards my right glute, or towards you, towards my hip. So this is that. I'm going to take my right foot, cross it over my left thigh. For some practitioners, that left heel will come towards the right glute. Doesn't work for me, so my left leg is going to stay out long. Arms towards the center, and I'm going to twist it to the right. So I'm taking that right hand as a left arm as a second spine. My left form is to the outside of my right thigh. And some students will bind that right knee with that left elbow. Probably looking over that right shoulder. I would flex that. If that left leg is long, flex it. Ideally, both sit bones are super connected to the mat. So we'll hold for 3. We can get to that for 2. Now let's untwist. Either from those who have one leg, it's one leg or both legs come out. Okay, there's a little reset. Go on the right left heel in. Okay. Where the asymmetrical aspects of my body come into play. Left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Walk interestingly up. You can bend that right knee. If you do a slow tip, you can bend that right knee, bring that right heel towards my left glute. Let's see if I can get the knees to relatively stack, but I do have majority of both of my sits bones grounded. Right over. And like swing to the left. So now that left arm becomes that second spine. All is well here. In this moment, maintain the twist. We'll go for 3. Breathing steady into that for 2. Now please untwist. Yes, either one or both legs once can come out to the front. For me, it's on shutdowns. Show me out. Yeah. Okay. Make sure you've got room behind you. Let's just reach the front. Just roll on down. Roll on down the spine. Rolling. 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 Reach the arms overhead, please. We'll have morning stretch at whatever hour of the day you might be engaged in this recording. Give those toes and fingers a wiggle, wrists and ankles. May lengthen you just a bit more, but on the exhale, you both knees draw in. You notice me, I have to lift, I automatically lift my shoulder blades back off the mat, but eventually lower back down. Little side to side rock. Maybe even front to back. And some students like to do the front to back. For me, it does help around the front chest to the chest. We got control. And eventually soles and feet to the mat. Right knee fully crosses over the left. Arms out like length. I'll switch my hips a little bit to the right side of the mat. The knees float to the left. The gaze is right. Knees float left. The gaze is right. There is a mobility, if there is a possibility of letting any residual, extra residual tension to go. Let it release. Nice. We'll hold here for 3. Not the breath, but the posture for 2. So now let's come back to center. The hips lead the way, the knees follow. Okay. So there's it's a little, at my juncture in my practice, I'm taking moments to reset. Left knee over the right, arm out like wings, knees a little bit to the left side of the mat, knees float right, gaze is left. Yes. Same thing as we did on the other side, if there's a little extra release, a little extra relax, a little extra letting go. Here we go for 3. Next, breathing into that for 2. Yeah, let's come back to center. Yeah, the hips lead the way, the knees follow. And close. Oh, yeah. I like to do a little shimmy out, a little shake out. Now this next thing, I'm gonna bring my hands more down by the sides of my, looking my heels close to my roots. I'm lifting my heels, lifting my toes. Heels lift, toes lift. Pretty simple. Beautiful. Here's 3, 2. Oh, calves are tight. And now on the feet, go still. Good job. Nice. Yes. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start to crisscross applesauce my legs. I don't know why I'm describing another thing. You sitting like crisscross applesauce. Over finger ready, opposite hand, opposite elbow. Opposite hand finds opposite elbow. I think the last few sessions we visited this position, this posture of release. Open heart, open chest, open throat. Yes. Okay, it was a little adjustments of, and I want my legs be heavy. Forearms, yeah, triceps, biceps. Letting that go, switching the shoulders, with my triceps nor my button. Nothing in my arms flying floor. No forearms is just so tight to the shoulders. So just observe. We're just making observations. We're not judging. We're really judgment free zone. Thank you. Talks about that. It's called Planet Fitness. Big breath in, steady breath out. Now, as you're in this position, making a note of which forearm, how the arms are crossed, how the legs are crossed. For me, I can tell you that my goes in front of my right, or excuse me, my left ankle is in front of my right shin. Because we're going to go ahead and uncross and recross both arms and legs. Cross and recross both arms and legs. Then heavy in the legs, which may sound counterintuitive, or heavy triceps, biceps, arms, forearms. Melts to the mat if you feel like there's a little extra room to melt. Okay, eventually, let's release arms and legs wherever the heck they want to go. I like to bend the knees at this juncture just to take pressure off the low back. But eventually, DNR yoga folks, let's rest. Traditional Sukha Savasana is right ankle, right corner mat, and left ankle, lower left corner mat. Arms down to the sides of the body, palms up, a little more receiving of energy, palms down, a little more grounding. I certainly will encourage you, if you'd like to come to butterfly pose, soles of feet meet, like so. If it feels better to have the knees bent and the soles of feet on the mat, that takes pressure off the low back. So you choose. And guess what? I will demo this. Um, for me, this meditation is going right up under my knees and creating a nice little cushion for, could be a nice rolled up blanket, rolled up towel. And we come to stillness. So as we enter this resting posture, you can let any leftover unnecessary stiffness, tension, let it just drip onto the mat. Perhaps contemplating in the notion, the concept that it is an inside job. Finding that state of well-being, that state of happiness, security, comfort, peace of mind, an inside job. A few more moments, please. Enjoy the stillness, the relaxation, the letting go. Our DNR yoga folks, let's begin to introduce some slight movement back into the body, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Perhaps you can move the head from side to side. Since my legs have been straight, I'm going to go ahead and bend them. Same thing with the arms. I'm going to move this cushion just off to the side a bit. At the next inhale, draw the knees back into the chest. I've got most people grab shins. I've got a few people that are, friendlies are a few students that grab the hamstrings. Opportunity, an invitation to float to your favorite side, right to the left side, allowing your position to unfold. If that doesn't feel good, just stay on your back, it's fine. Aware of what might be top of mind in this moment. Maybe it's back to the idea of what we seek within is within. What we seek outside is actually within. All right, I'm going to press up. You can rock and roll your way up to seated. I'm going to rejoin on the seated posture with my bum on the meditation cushion. And let's take a moment to reset and realign and reassess. eventually the palms meet back at the heart space. Connection, that incredibly important energy center of the heart space. Acknowledging this ancient practice, acknowledging you guys in the DNR yoga world. Thank you so much for watching. Questions, comments, feedback, always welcome. And in that traditional fashion, we close. Please know the divine light, the teacher, and the spirit that dwells within me, indeed, with a bunch of gratitude and a nice dose of humility, bows to the divine light, the divine teacher, and the divine spirit within each and every one of you guys. Namaste. Good job, guys. Until we meet again next Wednesday, that'll be the 17th. Peace and love.